The world around you is made up of many complex, precise, and accurate calculations performed by experts on a day-to-day basis. Calculations that would take even the most talented mathematicians days, maybe even weeks. So, how is it possible that industry professionals cut through these convoluted computations in only a matter of seconds? The answer is simpler than you think. Introducing the slide rule, and it's all around you. Follow along with your personal trainer, Zachary Weston, as he guides you through the basics of this state-of-the-art technology.
Hey teens, Zachary Weston here, and I'm going to teach you some of the most useful, versatile, and basic operations of the slide rule.
Part 1. Get to know your slide rule.
The slide rule is a fairly simple tool by means of which the answers to mathematical problems can be easily obtained. To solve problems easily and with confidence, it is necessary to have a clear understanding of the operation of your slide rule. Let's begin. The slide rule consists of 3 essential parts.
The stator.
The stator, or the upper and lower bars marking the scales for computation, are the only parts of the slide rule incapable of movement.
The slide.
The slide, or the centerpiece, is arranged to work together with the scales on the bars to solve mathematical problems.
The cursor.
The hairline, or indicator, is used to help the eyes in arranging these slides and reading the scales.
And remember, speed and accuracy will soon reward the user who makes a careful study of both the scale arrangements and their Pickett 10-inch log slide ruler user manual.
Great! Now that you're familiar with the composition and function of the various parts of the slide rule, we can begin to carry out some of the most basic mathematical operations with great precision through the usage of your new computational device.
Part 2. Operations.
Mathematical operations such as multiplicative, squared, cubic, logarithmic, and trigonometric operations can all be carried out with great ease, as well as their inverse operations through the usage of the slide rule. Multiplication and division are inverse operations.
Part 3. Multiplication.
Have you ever designed the product of 2.34 and 36.8 up to 3-point decimal precision in efficient, record-breaking time? With the slide rule, fast, precise, complicated multiplicative operations are but par in the course compared to the 4-in-1 computations you can achieve with this essential skill.
Step 1. Estimate.
When approaching decimal point calculations, it is important to first estimate the answer. For example, with the problem 2.34 times 36.8, the answer is roughly the same as 2 times 40, which is to say 80. So, we know that there is 2 digits to the left of the decimal point. Hence, we can ignore the decimals for the present and multiply it as though it were 234 times 368.
Step 2. Set the scales.
Now, to set the scales. Set the left index of the C scale on the 234 on the D scale. Then find 368 on the C scale and read the product 861 on the D scale.
Step 3. Think.
Since we already knew the answer was near 80, the answer must be 86.1 approximately. Now, it's your turn. Let's try something easier. 4 times 2.
Set your scales and begin. Time's up.
Wow! It really looks like you guys are getting the hang of this.
Yo, what's that wickety whack old tech?
Oh, this old thing? I think it's time for a history breakdown. Chicka, chicka, chicka. This old slipstick was invented around 1620 to 1630, right after John Napier's publication of the concept of the logarithm.
And guess what? William Outright invented that thing, slipstick. And you better pucker up, because this guy looks like he's got a lemon on his head.
And that's your daily dose of history, son.
Get a blast of history.
Part 4, the division.
In mathematics, division is the opposite operation of multiplication. Using a slide rule, this means that the process is reversed. When dividing some divisor on the C-scale opposite the number to be divided on the D-scale. Read the result on the D-scale under the number index of the C-scale. Actually, it might just be easier if I showed you.
Time to demonstrate our new skill by finding the quotient of 63.4 and 3.29.
Step 1. Estimate.
The quotient must be near 20 since 60 divided by 3 equals 20.
Step 2. Set the scales.
Move the slide until 3.29 on the C-scale is under the hairline.
Step 3. Solve.
The result, 19.27, is found on the D-scale at the C index.
Now let's try some practice. Try solving 8 divided by 4 on your own.
Set your scales and begin.
You're right. It's 2. Great work. I'm proud of you. You have mastered both multiplication and division, the building blocks for most operations performed by the slide rule. Congratulations.
Well, folks, that's all we can teach you this week. Don't forget to stay tuned into Slide Rules Central and, of course...
And remember, kiddos, stay cool, slide rule.